everyone, good day to you. I'm Rachel and I welcome you all to Executive Corner Expert Talks. Today I'm speaking with Ajay Unni. Ajay is the founder, chief executive and chief cyber security officer at Stickman Cyber. They specialize in cyber defense, cyber security and cyber awareness. Here at 𝐊𝐴𝐴, we bring you industry leaders, successful business owners, market and equity advocates, all under one roof to help you discover the insights of the stock market and help you understand how you can create multiple passive income streams. A very warm welcome to you, Ajay.
Hi. How are you, Rachel?
Good, thank you. Good to chat with you today. So straight off, Ajay, if I could ask, with the digital transformation comes the concern of cybersecurity. Now, how are forward-looking organizations like yours boldly addressing this growing risk frontier?
Yeah, so I commonly say like how we as a human race, we have dealt with the COVID-19 pandemic. We have to deal with the cyber threat, which has become more or less like a digital pandemic, right? And just similar to COVID, there are some simple hygiene steps which we have to always start with, like, changing our passwords using multi-factor authentication, having, monitoring detection and response, and various such kind of basic security measures in place to deal with it. Obviously, as your organization becomes more bigger and complex, you need other controls in place, but it always starts with basic awareness training, changing passwords, locking down systems, patching your networks on a regular basis. These form part of the hygiene aspects, like how in COVID you have to wash your hands and wear a mask. And though it may sound inconvenient, but you do this to protect yourself from a pandemic, like a digital pandemic, like cyber threats. Yeah.
Absolutely, and obviously nobody is not at risk from this. It's something we all need to be concerned about. So in your expert opinion, how harmful can ransomware attacks be?
Yeah, very harmful. In fact, I just wrote an article just a couple of days ago. There's a new thread of ransomwares now back in the marketplace. There are a number of companies getting impacted globally, and ransomware, like in the real world, when you kidnap somebody for ransom, in the digital world, it's the same scenario. The perpetrator enters your computer systems, locks it down, completely encrypts it so that you can't actually operate, and you can only operate and interact with the person who's holding you for ransom, and then you have to pay them via crypto or some other means for them to unlock the system. And we've seen a number of organizations actually shut shop because of a ransomware kind of an attack, and it's quite real. It's a business model for criminals. There's also a service now called ransomware as a service, so you don't have to be really technical. You can actually hire somebody to run a ransomware attack on companies, and make it very, very difficult for organizations and nations to deal with it. Yeah, so it's quite serious, and we tell our customers and we educate our network by letting them know that they have to take steps to protect themselves from some such kind of attacks.
Yes, it definitely sounds like it grows more sophisticated as time goes on. So how can businesses proactively manage cybersecurity threats?
Yeah, so I think the key word is proactive there, not reactive, because we see a number of organizations. It's like you have the knowledge, but how do you actually implement it? So we all have the knowledge of how to protect ourselves from the COVID pandemic. Same way we have the knowledge about how to protect ourselves from cyber attacks, right? Like I said in the beginning of this interview, right? We change our passwords regularly. We use two-factor or multi-factor authentication. We don't share passwords with others. We lock down systems which are only meant for certain people in the organizations. We run training and awareness campaigns. And these are all part of that proactively, working towards improving the culture, right, of cybersecurity within organization. It's not a simple, switch on a button and you're protected, because cyber is a holistic aspect, right? People, systems, and processes. So you need to ensure that all these three elements are looked into and catered to. So patching your systems is a very common issue. We see organizations, even after security vulnerabilities have been identified, their vendors are asking them to patch systems, but organizations don't patch their system, which gives an access to a hacker to use that vulnerability to enter into the systems and then create a, launch an attack onto the computer network. So changing passwords, patching systems, awareness and training, using multi-factor authentications, locking down systems only for people in use form part of your proactive elements. There are other things, right, such as you can do testing like penetration testing. You can do a red teaming exercise on your organization to see if somebody can actually break into systems, and that way you can improve your security over time. So those are more sophisticated controls and steps you put in place to deal with a situation like what we have with cybersecurity today in the marketplace.
Now, most of the population of Australia is currently receiving and filling out the Consensus 2021 form. This seems like a golden opportunity for security leaks. What are your thoughts around this, and how cautious do we need to be?
Yeah, the answer is pretty simple, very cautious, right? Last 5 years ago, there was an issue with the census website coming down because of a denial of service. Similarly, this time they have gone completely digital, which is great. And I know I've been following the whole census aspects in the news, and I've also given some commentary with news.com and various other publications. Even last night I wrote an article about it. So the first thing is, this gives an opportunity for hackers to send you, phishing emails saying, oh, sorry, this is the true census website. Please click here to complete your census application. Or you could get a phone call saying, we are calling from the census department, please help us. So don't follow any of those. Wait for the mail in your inbox. There's a letter. It has information about what website you need to go to. Double check the website every time you type, because they can change little words in the URL or the website name itself to make it look like census. So it's very important for individuals like us and families to ensure that they're on the right website providing the information, because it's very easy for hackers to infiltrate and send you a different link or coax you into using some other means to provide that information. And the census data is a gold mine of information. My wife and I finished the application just over the weekend, and there's so much of information which is collected, what kind of salaries we earn, how many people in the household, how much do we spend on food, and so much of information which is a gold mine of data, obviously helping governments to invest in schools and transport and roads and so on and so forth, so that they know what the demographic is. So it is a big gold mine, and we all have to be cautious, and security starts with you, as in all of us. We have to ensure that we operate in a secure manner on the internet rather than just expecting everything to be safe, right? So that's my message back to the community about the census and how to take care of itself.
Some great tips there, Ajay. And just finally, you have a framework with Stickman Cyber called Cybersecurity by Design. How important is it for businesses to have a custom-built cybersecurity system?
Yeah, so the by design concept came out of many years of our experience, dealing with many clients, so there is one size doesn't fit all, we know that, and it's been a proven thing. Obviously, you can take certain elements like some templates and some frameworks, but the by design element is every organization needs to implement it for their business, by their business. So we have a methodology where we go through a define, plan, execute, and rollout mechanism, where we take our clients this entire journey of defining what the requirements is, planning it properly, executing it for them. If need be, after the execution, we can certify them to certain security standards and also monitor and maintain that level of security. Because once you reach a level of security, it's not the do all or end all, because you need to continue to maintain security. So by design element is like anything else, like, you buy clothes by design and you build houses by design. But there are still frameworks you can use, like the one we have at Stickman, and then customize it to your business to make it more, palatable for your business and to use for your business. So that's my message back there.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ajay. It's been great chatting with you today. There's been some fantastic tips with regarding our cybersecurity. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rachel. All the best. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. With that, I will sign off for today, but watch this space for more. Till then, stay apprised and invest wise with 𝐊𝐴𝐚.